the tendency to believe that once we have machines kicking in, then there wouldn't be the need for human beings again. I think that that is in error because even though we are having machines do a number of things, ethically, it is important that there is the need for some guidance. So there will always be the need for human intervention. Regarding ethics, now the conversation revolves around privacy. And that is the whole issue of, as a result of AI, we have to mine huge amounts of data. And the ethical use of it borders on making sure that people's privacies are respected as we continue to use data for good. So I think that the important consideration, one of the key ones, has to do with data and the ethical use of it in terms of privacy. In developing ethical frameworks and standards, it is important that we involve people in academia, but most importantly, it is important that we involve those who are affected the most, and that has to do with the users of AI. It is important that we get their take on various things so that eventually when we pass regulation, it will be to the advantage of the eventual users. If we don't include them, we'll pass regulation, but it will not be effective and it will not be to the good of the people for whom we made those regulations. Regarding the ethical use of AI, I think the conversation started not too long ago. And it is important that we get it into our curriculum. And that is where academia comes in. It is important that as we do curriculum review, we make sure that we have included aspects of the ethical use of AI. So that is the key role that academia can play, that we mount curriculum and we mount courses and promote courses that has to do with the ethical considerations as far as AI is concerned. So I think that is where academia comes in. Additionally, it is important that academia gets involved in workshops and conferences just to create an awareness as far as the ethical use of AI is concerned. So we gradually are getting to the point where AI has become part and parcel of everything that we do. Gradually, on a daily basis, we find ourselves engaged in one device or another which has AI aspects of it. And that is the reason why we say that gradually it's like the way we live is molded or shaped by artificial intelligence. And for which reason it is important that we are conscious and are aware of the ethical use of it. Let me give a typical example regarding even how our children are being raised. These days, they find themselves engaging in several devices on a regular basis. And so when it comes to training and it comes to how their brains are being formed, we realize that even AI is involved in that as well. And so in our educational sector, how we form and we grow people, AI is involved in agriculture, in transportation and everything. Now, the way we do things is actually AI in essence. So in the African context, I think that we should begin to involve AI in the way we do our agriculture. We talk about precision agriculture, we talk about involving drones, we talk about using AI with reference to diagnosing diseases that have to do with crops and all that. I think that in Africa, key areas that we can involve AI has to do with agriculture. Additionally, when it comes to the area of health, including AI in healthcare helps in better diagnosis, helps in reduction in delays in the amount of time that we spend in the hospitals. Finally, in the area of education also, there is gradually, even COVID-19 has taught us that we cannot continue to look at brick and mortar as the means of education. We have to go digital. And as we go digital, AI's involvement with reference to structured learning makes it a key addition as far as Africa is concerned. So education, health, and then agriculture are key areas that we can actually look at as far as AI is concerned. I think that with reference to the fourth industrial revolution, the way to go is to really focus on artificial intelligence and how we can responsibly use it for economic development within the Africa sub-region and elsewhere. To be able to do this, it is important that we build capacity and we bring together people who are like-minded to begin to work together in pushing the agenda forward. And I think that is what the Responsible AI Network Africa stands for, where we have like-minded intellectuals, like-minded people in AI working together in various projects to push the agenda. We don't limit it to just projects, but then the responsible use of AI. Currently, there are several people who are key players as far as AI is concerned. And it's important that we look at the ethical use of it within the sub-region so that people are not disadvantaged in the use of artificial intelligence.